this video, I'll be going over the queue object, the queue callback object, and a queue wallboard, and how to set them up. So already I've set up an inbound number, and I've added a number, a caller ID prefix that will put that main prefix if a number calls through, and I've also set up voicemail. I've also set up 3 users, John, Mary, and David, and attached their SIP devices. I'll now drag across the queue object, and then I will link the voice menu to the queue. You can see that number 1 says when a call gets to the voice menu, press 1, it will go to the queue object. I'll also have a voicemail object, and I'll connect those two together. And you can see that number 2, if someone was to dial a 2, they would go straight to voicemail. I'll need to configure both these objects. I'll give the object a name, and I'll add the users to put into the queue. You can also add SIP devices or external numbers. So I'll add John, Mary, and David here. Again, announcement, the queue max wait time, and I can set for the call to either hear ringing or music on hold, and I can select which track. There's also various types of ring modes: ring all, linear, least recent, and round robin. They can also be selected. I'll hit save, and this object's configured. I'll then configure the voicemail object by giving it a name. And I'll also enter an email address for the .wav attachment to be sent to. And hit save. Now, I'll configure the queue callback object. I'll drag this object into the workspace, and I'll connect these objects together. And you can see timeout. So if someone is in the queue, it will time out, and there'll be a queue callback. I'll give the object a name, and then I'll add the users that will be automated to request the call queue back. Here I can select a caller ID, and I can hit save. Now this object is configured. I'll then hit the apply configuration button and wait for this configuration to be applied and to go live on our servers. This is completed. I can then drag in the queue wallboard object, and I can configure it by giving it a name and adding which queue I would like. You can also see that there's a queue wallboard URL. All I have to do after hitting save is click on that URL and enter the password, and I'll be able to see the stats for that sales queue that I created earlier.